This is KGW News at Sunrise.
We start at 6 from the picket line at Providence St. Vincent in Southwest Portland. The strike is over, but some nurses have chosen to hold the line. We explain why in a live report coming up in our top story. Plus, hundreds of earthquakes detected on Mount St. Helens. Why researchers say it's nothing to worry about.
And we are also live this morning checking out a beautiful sunrise. I almost said sunset. A beautiful sunrise next to some amazing balloons. It is the Tiger Festival of Balloons, and it is just getting underway this morning out here at Cook Park. The first balloon just took flight. The others behind me getting ready to do so as well. Oh, we've got some takeoff there. Eric Patterson behind the camera. We have takeoff on a Friday morning. China, Chris, and Rod, we've got all the details on this year's Tiger Festival of Balloons. Is it too late for a high five? I think it might be too late. Unbelievable, guys. Lots of fun out here.
The balloon has left the ground.
Oh, wow. That's going to be fun.
I was going to do a James Bond moment. You know, he jumps onto the basket and they take him up and away.
Put it past Drew Carney. That might be his next live shot. But being out there this morning, usually a little bit chilly today.
It can be, yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, today it's, we heard from the pilot's briefing. The weather considered pretty much perfect out there in Cook Park and Tiger. We do have a different story along the coast where they are still socked in. All of our cameras at least show clouds. And this one from Lincoln City, Chinook Winds Casino Resort show it's kind of foggy out there and probably some mist in the air as well. 54 degrees. Parts of the beach never cleared yesterday, at least not over a consistent period of time. And that may be the case today. So expect cooler conditions if you're traveling to the coast. Or if you live there, know that you may or may not get much sun today. There's the rising sun from the top of the Wells Fargo building. We're at 64. 91 yesterday. It was a day that was 78 at noon. Today I'm going +1. So we'll go 79 at noon, and then we'll go 92 for a high temperature, and that's our +1 forecast, Chris.
+1. I will do you 126,000 better. That's the average daily volume at Wilsonville Road on I-5. Luckily for you, not all of those cars are using the stretch of road right now. I-5 northbound is wide open right now on that side of town. Take up to Clark County. Wow, speaking of wide open, there's just a couple of cars making that southbound commute right now over the interstate bridge, and the Sylvan Hill looks good as well. China, so far, no crashes, no unexpected delays.
Chris, thank you. As more than 3,000 nurses are set to end their 3-day strike this morning, uncertainty remains for many who don't know when they'll start their next shift. Devin Haskins is live outside Providence St. Vincent with more on the ongoing fight between the union and the hospital. Good morning, Devin.
Yeah, good morning. So it's been an ongoing war of words between the two sides of the Oregon Nurses Association and Providence Hospital System. The strike may have ended, but the picketing, they say, the union says, will continue for the next couple of days. The nurses union said their members had planned to return to work at 6 a.m. today. Providence is saying to some not so fast because they have replacement workers under contract for 2 more days. Providence said they had made it clear from the beginning that when the strike was called, the replacement workers brought in were under a 5-day contract. That contract ends Sunday morning, with the hospital saying some nurses would return to work today while the majority won't start until Sunday morning. The union says because nurses could be locked out of the hospital today and tomorrow, they'll continue to picket outside of the 6 hospitals.
If they say no, you cannot come in, then that, under our understanding of the law, is a lockout. We, at that point in time, will file unfair labor practice charges.
And we're not going to disrupt that plan mid-course and put patients in jeopardy. So we're committed to the plan we've made for the 5-day replacement period so that it's least disruption for our community and patients as possible.
Nurses say that if they are turned away from the doors of walking in, they'll say they'll come back out and join the picket lines. Providence says they don't have a date yet for when negotiations will continue, but those negotiations are to start now that the strike is over. Back to you.
Devin, thank you. A Multnomah County grand jury indicted an 18-year-old for a triple murder in North Portland's Portsmouth neighborhood. The shooting happened in broad daylight on March 25th last year. Police say 18-year-old Omar Mohammed Osman is just one of 3 suspects who shot and killed 3 young men that day, including 2 high schoolers. Osman is now facing murder and several other charges. Detectives are still looking for 2 additional suspects. Call Portland Police if you have any information. A Washington County Sheriff's deputy died while riding his scooter home from work. The sheriff's office says Wednesday afternoon, Deputy Richard Thompson was involved in a crash with a vehicle at Southwest 201st Avenue and Baseline Road.
Despite efforts from the community, from deputies, and from medical personnel arriving on scene, the deputy did not survive his injuries.
Deputy Thompson joined the Washington County Sheriff's Office in 2001 and was a certified corrections deputy. He leaves behind his wife and 2 children. The crash is under investigation. A kayaker has been found dead along the Willamette River in Polk County. Polk Fire says they were called out to a water rescue around 5 last night and found a person dead near the Buena Vista Ferry just outside of Jefferson. No word on how they died. Yesterday, 6 city pools opened up and they were busy. The Ida B. Wells pool in Southwest Portland was in fact so busy yesterday that they had to stop letting people in. Other people, in the meantime, stopped by High Rocks Park in Gladstone on the Clackamas River. But as you're looking to beat the heat this summer, AMR's River Rescue Team wants to remind people to stay safe when on the water.
Lifeguards are posted here for a reason. It's because it's a dangerous section of river. Lifeguards aren't posted at most parks. So us being here means that this is a dangerous section of river, and it's important for people to remember that.
They say to avoid alcohol, pay attention to little kids, and always wear a life jacket. AMR's River Rescue Team will be at High Rocks Park until Labor Day weekend. How about you swap the swimming pool for a hot springs at Conita Resort? In a Facebook post, the resort says it's reopening next month. It closed in 2018 after years of financial trouble, but come mid-July, it will be back open and better than ever with a new huge soaking pool, lazy river, and kiddie pools for the little ones. You can find more information on the resort's website. There have been at least 350 earthquakes on Mount St. Helens since February. First, all of them too small to feel. Experts say nothing to worry about here. It's normal for the volcano to have clusters of earthquakes every year. St. Helens is most active volcano in the Cascades and the most likely to erupt in the future, but that could still only be once or twice a century.
That's a sign that the volcano is an active system, but it's not a sign of an imminent eruption all by itself at all. And so it doesn't cause a rise in the level of concern or threat from the volcano.
The earthquakes are not a sign that an eruption will happen anytime soon.
I like this. You're in the volcano office, we'll call it. You drink a cup of coffee. You worried? No? You worried? No?
That's how it goes.
All right.
That's the conversation. Send out the press release.
Our beautiful Mount St. Helens. No concerns weather-wise today in terms of traveling. You're going to be all A-OK. No matter where you travel, driving up to Seattle, driving out through the gorge, heading down to California, you'll find all sunny skies inland. You will find cloudiness along parts of 101, especially when you're close to the beaches, where I think there will be a good chance that the low clouds we have right now will be kind of back and forth along the coast today. Cannon Beach is starting to show some pastel colorization there, if you will. As you look at Haystack Rock, where the clouds are trying to break up somewhat, but it is overcast, 52. Here's the Reserve Vineyards Golf Club out in Aloha, looking off to the west. Beautiful sunny morning. It's just a wonderful morning to be outdoors. Look at the glassy water right there. We have calm winds. We have 56 degrees. It will be toasty this afternoon like yesterday. Most of us will be somewhere either just missing 90 or hitting 90 or being up to about 92. Here's the gorge. This is Indian Creek Golf Course. I really think it's a pretty camera early morning when you get the shadowing of the trees coming over the golf course. You folks in Hood River and the rest of the gorge primarily looking at light north winds today, and your temperatures will also be jumping up into the 90s. Here are the current numbers. It's 56 in Astoria and Kelso. Portland's still holding in the 60s out along the Columbia River. It's 57 in Salem, 50 over in Bend. Going to be a beautiful day in Central Oregon as well. Futurecast movie, the only thing, anything inland is just high, thin, cirrus clouds, which means it's mostly sunny. But the low cloud deck, as I mentioned on the coast, could be kind of back and forth. You can see it's still showing some cloudiness even later today, at least in proximity to the beaches. Here we are tomorrow morning. Now, the big story tomorrow is west winds start to pick up in the afternoon as we get that push of cooler weather. The actual front comes in tomorrow overnight into Sunday morning. And look at the solid band of low clouds already hitting the coast tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. And then you wake up Sunday and we're in that new batch of much cooler weather, a significant cool off. Could be some traces of moisture with the low cloud deck Sunday morning. That will break for a partly cloudy 70-something afternoon. So as we've been projecting, 91 yesterday, 92 today. That's it, just the two 90s. And then we have big time cooling by Sunday. All right, Salem today, 92. Hello, Marion County. Warm to hot afternoon in the valley. North winds light 5 to 10. Southwest Washington numbers holding in the 80s up in Longview and Kelso, but probably 90 in Battleground, 92 in Vancouver, saying 92 in Portland. 87 Saturday, and there's that big cool off Sunday, 74. And once we have the big cool off, we stay for the most part really comfortable throughout next week. Right now, there's another push of morning clouds that may have a trace of moisture Wednesday morning, and that is your forecast. Let's go out.